Chapter 9, Chapter on Shri. Then the great goddess Shri said this to the Tathagata: Venerable transcendent victor, I, the great goddess Shri, will also give delight and well-being to that bhikshu who expounds the Dharma. I will offer garments, food, bedding, medicine to treat illness, and many excellent articles to ensure that the bhikshu who expounds the Dharma has excellent resources, attains freedom from poverty, is sound in mind, has peace of mind day and night, retains various words and syllables of the King of Glorious Sutras, the Sublime Golden Light, examines them and expresses them lucidly, so that sentient beings may plant roots of virtue under hundreds of thousands of Buddhas, that the King of Glorious Sutras, the Sublime Golden Light, may long exist in Jambudvipa and may not quickly disappear, that beings may hear the King of Glorious Sutras, the Sublime Golden Light, and experience divine and human pleasures for hundreds of thousands of millions of aeons, that famine may not occur, that there may be bountiful crops and beings may have everything that promotes happiness, be with the Tathagatas and in the future, awaken to supreme and perfect enlightenment, and the suffering of beings in the hells, animal world, and the world of Yama may be utterly ended. At one time there was a fully enlightened Tathagata Arhat called Ratnakasu Maguna Sagara Vidaidura Yakana Kyagiri Suvarnaka Chana Prabarasari, under whom the goddess Sri planted roots of virtue. Now she ponders over different directions, watches over different directions, and goes into different directions. She brings well-being to numerous hundreds of thousands of millions of beings, providing them with food, drink, wealth, grain, shells, gold, jewels, pearls, lapis, conches, crystal, coral, silver, and pure unwrought gold. Those beings will not suffer any shortage of other items either. They will receive everything they need and use. Through the power of the goddess Shri, they will pay homage to that Tathagata. They will offer flowers, incense, and perfume. If the name of the great goddess Shri is said 3 times, if flowers, incense, and perfumes are offered to that Tathagata, and if food of various states and flavors are offered too, then the mass of grain will greatly increase. Thus, here it is observed: the earth's nutrients will grow in the earth. The gods will always rejoice. The devas of fruit, crops, shrubs, and bushes will make every crop flourish in all conditions. The great goddess Shri remembers those beings who recite the name of the King of Glorious Sutras, the Sublime Golden Light. Thus will they be accorded great glory. The great goddess Shri resides in the palace Ada Kavati in the glorious park Punya Kusuma Brabha, in the sublime abode called Suvarandvaha, made of 7 jewels. Whoever wishes to increase the mass of grain should thoroughly clean his house, bathe well and well perfumed, don clean white garments. Paying homage to Ratna Kusumaguna Sagara Vidirayakana Kagiri Suvarna Kanchana Prabarasi, the Tathagata, the Arhat, the fully enlightened one, they should say his name 3 times. With assistance from the great goddess Shri, they should worship the Tathagata by offering flowers, perfume, and incense, as well as food of various tastes and flavors. They should recite the name of the King of Glorious Sutras, the Sublime Golden Light, 3 times. They should say the words of truth. Likewise, if the great goddess Shri is venerated, if flowers are offered as well as perfumes and food of various tastes and flavors, then through the power of the King of Glorious Sutras, the Sublime Golden Light, the great goddess Shri will watch over that house. The mass of grain in that house will increase. Those who wish to invoke the great goddess Shri should remember the following mantras: homage to all past, present, and future Buddhas. Homage to all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Homage to Bodhisattvas such as Maitreya. Paying homage to them, I will employ the following mantras. Through these mantras, may I receive success. Saya Dayate Dayana Pratipurinavane Samanta Darshane Mahabhigate Samanta Beda Nagate Mahakaramya Pratirbane Sadava Ta Samantamparere Ayanda Dharmata Mahabogine Mahamaita Trepa Sukamahe Hitasishi Samgirite Tesamartha Nupalini. When conferring the initiation from the crown, these are unfailing words that grant perfect realization of emptiness in one mantric word of suchness. Beings who are placed in the middle, with roots of virtue free from unspeakable negativity, should recite and hold this mantra for 7 years, and observe the 8-precept ordination. Then, so that they and all sentient beings may complete the wisdom of the omniscient, they should offer flowers and incense to the Buddhas in the morning and afternoon, and say, "May my wishes be swiftly fulfilled." Whether in a monastery or forest retreat, they should clean that dwelling, draw a circle of cow dung, offer incense and perfume, and provide clean seats. Scattering loose flowers on the ground, they should be seated. Then in that very moment, the great goddess Shri will appear and remain in that place. She will ensure there is never poverty in that house. Village, city, town, monastery, or forest retreat. That place will be replete with all equipment, gold, jewels, wealth, and grain. Beings will be made comfortable with everything that provides comfort. Whatever roots of virtue they gather, the major share should be offered to the great goddess Shri. Then as long as they live, she will remain in that place, and all their wishes will be fulfilled. This ends the 9th chapter, the chapter on Shri, the great goddess, from the King of Glorious Sutras, the Sublime Golden Light. Chapter 10, chapter on the Earth Goddess, Druda. Homage to the Bhagavan Tathagata Ratnashikin. Homage to the Bhagavan Tathagata Vimalojvalaranitarashmi Prabhasekatu. Homage to the Tathagata Suvarnanajam Buddhavaja Kanchanabha. Homage to the Tathagata Suvarna Basargarbha. Homage to the Tathagata Suvarna Shatarashmi Prabhaseketu. Homage to the Tathagata Suvarna Ratnakarachatrakuta. Homage to the Tathagata Suvarna Pushpoja Larashmiketu. Homage to the Tathagata Mahapradipa. Homage to the Tathagata Ratnaketu. Homage to the Bodhisattva named Ruchareketu. The Bodhisattva named Suvarna Bhatsotama. The Bodhisattva named Suvarna Garbha. The Bodhisattva named Sadhu Paradita. The Bodhisattva named Dharmodgata. Homage to the Tathagata in the east called Akshobhya. In the south, the Tathagata named Ratnaketu. In the west, the Tathagata named Amateus. In the north, the Tathagata named Dundubisvaha. Whoever holds, recites, and commits to memory the names of these Tathagatas and Bodhisattvas will always remember their past lives. Then the earth goddess Drida said to the Tathagata, "O venerable transcendent victor, now and in the future, in villages, cities, towns, valleys, forest retreats, valleys of medicinal shrubs or palaces, wherever the King of Glorious Sutras, the Sublime Golden Light, remains, then, O transcendent victor, I, Drida, the earth goddess, will go to those places, whether villages, cities, towns, valleys, forest retreats, valleys of medicinal shrubs, or palaces. O venerable transcendent victor, wherever the King of Glorious Sutras, the Sublime Golden Light, is expounded well and at great length, wherever the throne for the expounding Bhikshu is set up, and wherever the expounding Bhikshu takes the place and perfectly teaches the King of Glorious Sutras, the Sublime Golden Light, O venerable transcendent victor, I, Drida, the earth goddess, will go to those very places. Invisible, I will go to the underside of the Dharma throne. With my most sublime head, I will support the expounding Bhikshu by the soles of his feet. I will listen to the Dharma too and satisfy myself with Dharma nectar. I will fully honor him. I will fully worship him. I will become content. I will be complete deeds of honor. Being pleased, I will greatly enrich the essential nutrients of the earth. From the mass of earth, 68,000 leagues in extent, to the Vajra base of the ground, I will do homage and consummate it. On the top, too, I will immerse in this earth's sphere to the limits of oceans with the essential oil of the earth. I will make this great earth glow with radiant luster. Therefore, the grasses, bushes, medicinal herbs, and forests in this Jambudvipa will grow very lustrous. All varieties of parks, forests, stately trees, leaves, flowers, fruits, and crops will become extremely lustrous too. They will have sweet fragrance, essential oil, and delicious tastes. They will be beautiful to behold and be great in size. These beings will seek varieties of food and drink. Using these, they will greatly grow in longevity, complexion, and strength. Growing in majesty, strength, and complexion, and possessing robust bodies, they will work to accomplish hundreds and thousands of different activities on this earth. They will persevere. They will strive. They will perform actions that lend strength. O venerable transcendent victor, through these means Jambudvipa will be at peace, have good crops, prosper, and abide in the state of serene joy. It will be populated by many human beings. All beings in Jambudvipa will be happy and will experience a myriad of joys. These beings will have great complexion, robust bodies, charisma, and strength. For the sake of the King of Glorious Sutras, the Sublime Golden Light, I will go towards the Bhikshu, Bhikshuni, Upasaka, or Upasika who upholds this King of Sutras, and who sits upon the Dharma seat. Having gone there for the well-being, happiness, and sake of all sentient beings, and with a very lucid mind, I will request those expounders to teach the King of Glorious Sutras, the Sublime Golden Light, at great length. Why? Because if the King of Glorious Sutras, the Sublime Golden Light, is clearly taught, then I, Drita, the Earth Goddess, along with my attendants, will come to have intense luster and immense strength. The teaching will generate in our bodies great strength, joyous resilience, and might. Our bodies will gain excellence, charisma, and glory. O venerable transcendent victor, I, Drita, the Earth Goddess, will be satisfied by this Dharma nectar. Upon obtaining great charisma, strength, perseverance, and might, the essential earth nutrients of this Jambudvipa of 7,000 will increase immensely. The great earth will become lustrous. O venerable transcendent victor, the beings who rely on the earth will increase, grow, and expand. They will become great. After beings who live on this earth have become great, they will enjoy material well-being and a variety of useful things. They will experience happiness. They will enjoy food and drink, various dried fruits, clothes, bedding, dwellings, houses, palaces, parks, rivers, ponds, springs, lakes, small lakes, and waterholes. Such various resources and amenities that exist on earth are sourced from the earth and are earth-dependent. Because of this, O venerable transcendent victor, all beings will be grateful and will repay my kindness. Undoubtedly, they will respect, listen to, honor, venerate, and worship the King of Glorious Sutras, the Sublime Golden Light. O venerable transcendent victor, beings will leave from their separate homes and separate clans in order to be in the presence of the expounder of the Dharma. Upon arriving there, they will listen to the King of Glorious Sutras, the Sublime Golden Light. After hearing it, they will return to their respective clans, houses, villages, and towns. To those in their homes and to one another they will say, "Today we have heard the profound Dharma. Today we hold an inconceivable mass of merit. The act of listening to the Dharma has delighted hundreds of thousands of millions of Tathagatas. By listening to the Dharma today, beings in the hells will be completely freed. Beings in the world of Yama, animals, and hungry ghosts will be completely freed too. By listening to the Dharma today, in the future, for many hundreds of thousands of rebirths, we will be reborn as gods and humans. If those who reside in separate homes were to show other beings, even just one example from the King of Glorious Sutras, the Sublime Golden Light, or were to make other beings hear just one chapter from the King of Glorious Sutras, the Sublime Golden Light, one account of past events, the name of just one bodhisattva, the name of just one Tathagata, one stanza of 4 lines, or just one word, or even just the name of the King of Glorious Sutras, the Sublime Golden Light, or, O venerable transcendent victor, if these different beings in various places were to state the sutra's various lines of reasoning to another being, or make them hear or narrate an account, Then, venerable transcendent victor, all those places will become extremely lustrous. The various earth nutrients and resources will grow profusely in those places for the sake of all beings, will increase and greatly expand. All beings in turn will be in a state of well-being. They will have great wealth and resources and will be inclined to generosity. In the three jewels, they will have great faith. After being addressed in this way, the Tathagata said this to the earth goddess, Drita. O Drita, the earth goddess, if any being hears even one word from the king of glorious sutras, the sublime golden light, then after dying from this world, they will be born among the gods in the heaven of the 33. O earth goddess, in order to venerate the king of glorious sutras, the sublime golden light, if any being adorns these places by raising even a single umbrella, a single flag, or a single piece of cloth, those adorned places, O earth goddess, will become divine palaces made of the 7 jewels, adorned with every ornament, amid the 7 classes of gods dwelling in the desire realm. When those beings transmigrate from the world of humans, they will be reborn in those divine palaces made of the 7 jewels. O earth goddess, those beings will be reborn 7 times in each of the divine palaces made of the 7 jewels. They will experience inconceivable divine bliss. After he spoke thus, the earth goddess Drita addressed the Tathagata in this way. Therefore, venerable transcendent victor, I, Drita, the earth goddess, will dwell in those earth regions which abide under the seat of the Bhikshu who ascends the Dharma throne, so that the king of glorious sutras, the sublime golden light, may last long in Jambudvipa, for the benefit of sentient beings, who have planted roots of virtue under hundreds and thousands of Buddhas, that it might not disappear quickly, that beings in turn may hear the king of glorious sutras, the sublime golden light, may in a future time experience this inconceivable well-being of gods and humans for numerous hundreds of thousands of millions of aeons, be in the company of Tathagatas, and in the future awaken to supreme and perfect enlightenment, and that the suffering of all hell beings, the animal world and the world of Yama, may be completely cut off. I will make my body invisible, and learn the supreme part of the body, my head, and lean the supreme part of the body, my head, upon the souls of the Bhikshu who expounds the Dharma. This ends the 10th chapter, the chapter on the earth goddess Drita, from the king of glorious sutras, the sublime golden light. Chapter 11, chapter on Samdaya. Then the great general of the Yakshas, called Samdaya, along with the 28 great generals of the Yakshas, rose from his seat, put his upper robe over one shoulder, and knelt on his right knee. Bowing in reverence in the direction of the Tathagata, he addressed the Tathagata in this way. O venerable Lord, now or in a future time, in villages, cities, towns, valleys, forest retreats, hilly medicinal valleys, or palaces, wherever the king of glorious sutras, the sublime golden light, exists, O venerable Lord, I, Samjaya, the great general of the Yakshas, along with the 28 great generals of the Yakshas, will go to those villages, cities, towns, valleys, forest retreats, hilly medicinal valleys, or palaces, making our bodies invisible. We will protect the Bhikshu who expounds the Dharma. We will give him protection, hold and nurture him, avert his retribution, and make him peaceful and well. We will completely protect men, women, boys, or girls who listen to this Dharma. We will completely protect those who listen to and remember a stanza of 4 lines or even a single word from the king of glorious sutras, the sublime golden light. We will completely protect those who hear and remember the name of a single bodhisattva from the king of glorious sutras, the sublime golden light, the name of a single Tathagata, or the name of this king of glorious sutras, the sublime golden light. We will give them protection, hold and nurture them, avert their retribution, and make them peaceful and well. We will also completely protect those classes of people, households, villages, cities, towns, forests, retreats, and palaces. We will give them protection, hold and nurture them, avert their retribution, and make them peaceful and well. O venerable Lord, for what reason has my name become Samdaya, the great general of the Yakshas? The transcendent victor has direct knowledge of the reason. O venerable Lord, I seek all Dharma, thoroughly seek all Dharma, and understand all Dharma. O venerable Lord, whatever dharmas there are, whatever is the suchness of all dharmas, and however they exist, whatever the myriad categories of all dharmas, O venerable Lord, all dharmas are thus known to me. O venerable Lord, inconceivable is the illumination of my knowledge with regard to all dharma. Inconceivable is the clarity of my knowledge. Inconceivable is the extent of my knowledge. Inconceivable is the body of my knowledge. O venerable Lord, inconceivable is the extent of all dharma as the object of my knowledge. O venerable Lord, because I fully seek, fully examine, and fully and perfectly comprehend, fully investigate, and fully internalize all dharma, for that reason, O venerable Lord, I, the great general of the Yakshas, have become Samdaya by name. O venerable Lord, I will give eloquence to the expounding bhikshu in order to adorn his words, in order that the expounding bhikshu is not physically fatigued, that the senses of his body are healthy, and that he may have immense delight. I will inject radiance into his hair pores. In him I shall generate energy, prowess, and perseverance. I shall render the illumination of his knowledge inconceivable, cause him to perceive his mindfulness, and grant him zeal, so that the king of glorious sutras, the sublime golden light, may endure long in this Jambudvipa and may not quickly disappear. That beings who have planted roots of virtue under hundreds of thousands of Buddhas may in turn come to listen to the king of glorious sutras, the sublime golden light, may achieve inconceivable bodies of knowledge, be endowed with wisdom, hold inconceivable masses of merit, experience the inconceivable well-being of humans and gods for hundreds of thousands of millions of aeons, keep the company of the Tathagatas, and in the future times be awakened to supreme and perfect enlightenment, that all suffering in the world of Yama, hell beings, and animals may utterly cease to exist. This ends the 11th chapter, the chapter on Samdaya, from the King of Glorious Sutras, the Sublime Golden Light. Chapter 12, chapter on the royal treatise entitled The Inviolable Commitments of Divine Kings. Homage to the Tathagata, the Arhat, the fully enlightened, Ratnaka Sumaguna Sagara Vaidya Kanakagiri Suvarna Kanchana Prabhasarashri. Homage to the Tathagata, the Arhat, the fully enlightened Shakyamuni, whose body is adorned with hundreds of thousands of millions of virtues, and who makes the light of his Dharma blaze forth. Homage to the goddess Sri, endowed with boundless virtue, grain, and good fortune. Homage to the goddess, the great goddess, Sarasvati, endowed with wisdom's limitless qualities. Then at that time, at that moment, King Balandraketu said this to his son Ruchakaretu, whom he had enthroned, and whom he had not been long in the royalty. Son, there is a royal treatise called The Inviolable Commitments of Divine Kings, which, not long after I was enthroned, I received from my father, King Varandraketu. I reigned the kingdom for 20,000 years, according to that royal treatise, and I do not recollect being on the wrong side for even a single moment of thought. O son, what then is this royal treatise, the inviolable commitments of divine kings? O noble goddess, at that time, at that moment, King Balandraketu clearly expounded the inviolable commitments of divine kings, the royal treatise, to his son Ruchakaretu, in these verses. I will explain the royal treatise, which benefits all beings, cuts through misgiving, and extinguishes every misdeed. O kings, all, one by one, be in a state of delight. Listen with your hands folded in reverence to this entire commitment of divine kings. Here at Vajrakara, the king of mountains, when the divine lords assembled, all the world protectors stood up to ask Brahma, the divine king, O Brahma, you are the principal god. You are the Deva king. May you cut through our qualms. May you dispel our doubt. Why is a king born among humans called divine? For what reason is he called divine son? Born in the world of humans, he would be a human king. How do gods wield divine kingship among men? When the Lord Brahma was asked thus by the protectors of the world, Brahma, the chief of gods, replied in this way. As the guardians of the world ask me thus, for the benefit of all beings, I will reveal this sublime treatise. I will explain the origin of kings, who are born in the realm of humans, and by what means they become kings of their lands. Blessed by divine kings, they enter into their mother's womb. Being first blessed by gods, afterwards they enter her womb. Once born in the human world, they become kings of humans. From gods they are born. Thus are they called divine son, granting them a share of royalty and saying, "You are the sons of gods." The divine rulers of the 33 create such human kings in this way, in order to bring misconduct to an end, thwart what is against the Dharma, and set beings in virtuous deeds, so that they may ascend to celestial abodes. The kings of humans, be they Gandharva, Rakshasa, low caste, human, or god, bring the end of evil deeds. These human lords, blessed by devas, to show actions ripening effects, are like parents to those who engage in virtue. They are empowered by gods to show the fruition of deeds, of actions done well and wrongly done in this life, when the lords overlook evil acts committed in their land, and to those who are unlawful fail to mete out befitting revenge. Through neglect of unlawful deeds, that which is not Dharma will triumph. Conflicts and clandestine acts will befall the region over and over again. The lords of the gods will be enraged in the palatial dwelling of the 33. When a king overlooks the presence of evildoers in his region, terrible clandestine acts will destroy and ruin and destroy that land. Upon arrival of a foreign army, the country will utterly succumb. Resources and race, too, will fall away. Those who amassed wealth through trickery and deceit will rob each other entirely of means. When a king does not perform the function for which kingship has been bestowed, he demolishes his own realm, as the elephant lord destroys a lotus pond. Unfavorable winds will arise. Unfavorable rains will fall. The sun and moon will be unfavorable, and likewise the planets and stars. Where a king is negligent, famine will descend upon the land. Seeds, crops, flowers, and fruit will cease to grow and flourish. When a king overlooks those who do wrong in his realm, unhappiness will befall the gods in their abodes. The kings of gods will lament to each other, "Unlawful is this king, for he remains on the side of the lawless." Before long, the king will incur the wrath of the gods. When the gods reveal their rage, his kingdom will wither away. Mayhem will prevail in the land. By weapons, too, it will give way. Covert acts, strife, and disease of every variety will come to be. Overcome by rage, the lords of gods, and gods, too, will ignore him. That land will lie in ruin, anguish the sole company of the king. He will lose his beloved ones, brothers and even sons. From his beloved wife, too, will he depart. His daughters will meet with death. Shooting stars will rain down. Likewise, mock suns will shower. Fear of foreign armies and famine will greatly occur. His valued minister, beloved elephant, and cherished camels will die too. People will pillage one another, seizing homes, resources, and wealth. Region by region throughout the land, they will slay one another with arms. Strife, squabbles, and deception will tear apart their land. Demons will enter the region. Terrible diseases will plague them. Even the venerable ones, their ministers and retinues too, will succumb to wickedness and deceit. And when those devoid of virtue become venerated in the land, those law-abiding and virtuous ones will always be victimized. When the wicked are honored and the virtuous persecuted, three things, stars, water, and wind, will become calamitous there. When the wicked are embraced, three things, the flavor, essence, and power of the sublime Dharma, the strength of beings and quality of the earth, will utterly perish. When the corrupt are esteemed and the sublime dishonored, three things, famine, thunderbolts, and death, will occur in that place. Fruit and crops will have no taste, and no potency thereafter. Being sickened with disease will fill those regions completely. Large sweet fruit will shrivel, becoming bitter and sharp. Play, humor, and fun, the pleasures of previous times, now rife with infinite delusion, will lose the touch of joy. Fruits and crops will lose their succulence and force. They will cease to nourish body, elements, or senses. Pale and lacking complexion, beings will become weak, feeble, and without strength. Though they may consume much food, they will remain unfulfilled. Their strength, prowess, and energy will disappear. The country will become a mass of beings utterly without vitality. Multitudes of beings will become afflicted by various illnesses. Due to various cannibalistic deeds, there will arise inauspicious planets and stars. When the king is undharmic and on the side of those lacking virtue, the triple realms in the sphere of the three worlds will completely perish. When the king is partisan, ignoring those who commit misdeeds, misfortunes such as these in their regions will come to be. When he overlooks those evildoers, a king neglects to wield his kingship, according to the role bestowed upon him by the Lord of gods. Those who perform virtuous actions will be reborn in the Deva abodes. Those who commit negative deeds will be reborn among hungry ghosts, animals, and hell beings. When a king ignores those who carry out misdeeds in his realm, through those misdeeds gods will fall from the heaven of the 33. When a king does not fulfill his duty, he is no longer his forefather's son, and the kings of gods will rain misfortune upon his kingdom. When his lands are ravaged by rampant disorderly acts, he should quell these transgressions and ignore and encourage positive deeds. Thus have the lords of gods vested kingship upon him in the human realm. It is he who effects fruition for beings in this life, for he demonstrates the ripened effects of deeds done well and wrongly done. For this reason he is called king. For his own welfare and that of all others, for the sake of order in that land, he is blessed and approved by hosts of gods. In order to bring harmony to his kingdom, he should renounce life and sovereignty, and subdue the wicked and sinful in his domain. Should he tolerate lawlessness, and wittingly ignore the unlawful, no other threat could be as terrible as this. As evil and wickedness arise, if those responsible are not indicted, the country will be overrun by utterly unobjectionable criminals. As elephants demolish great pools, so these regions will be destroyed. As the abodes of gods perish, the king of gods become wrathful, and then all things in that realm will be doomed to misfortune. Hence, those who commit misdeeds must be tamed according to their crime. In the realm protected in keeping with the Dharma, the king should not commit unlawful deeds. Giving up even his life for the sake of justice, he should never succumb to bias. Should even once the king take the side of people related and unrelated, or of any person in his realm, he will utterly fall into prejudice. The fame and renown of that king who is virtuous in Dharma fills the triple worlds and makes the lords of gods happy in the dwelling of the 33. Those gods will say, "Our son in Jambudvipa is such an honest king, establishing beings in virtuous deeds. He rules his realm according to the Dharma. Through his good deeds, this king helps beings arrive in our lands. He fills the abodes of gods with devas and their divine sons. As he rules his realm according to the Dharma, we kings of gods are indeed well pleased. Being pleased, the kings of gods will offer protection to this human king. The sun, the moon, and likewise the stars will move well. The winds will arise in due time. In due time, too, rain will fall. Prosperity will be ensured in the gods' abodes, and likewise in the realm of the king. Gods and God's divine children will always abound in that place. Hence, the king should forsake his own cherished life, but never give up on the Dharma jewel. To ensure the welfare of the world, he should seek company with those sublime ones, fully adorned with virtue, happy with their people, and renounced from sinful deeds, protecting his realm according to the Dharma, teaching well the laws of the Dharma too. Those engaged in virtue should be encouraged, and he himself must refrain from evil deeds. When those who do evil deeds are accordingly tamed, a year of abundance will ensue. Magnanimous will be the king, possessed of renown and fame, who reigns his subjects in peace. Thus ends the 12th chapter, the chapter on the royal treatise entitled The Inviolable Commitments of Divine Kings, from the King of Glorious Sutras, the Sublime Golden Light.